problems.
These are calls that we have not made today.
The LA Department of Building and Safety moved its command post to an office in the earthquake zone and instantly ran out of space.
We're taking your rapid assessment form and your timesheets here.
This is where an army of building inspectors gets its marching orders to oversee rescue efforts or examine ruined buildings.
How many can you handle?
But the city is also making house calls on anxious homeowners.
If you can do 2 more, be back in the flatlands, but I think that's about all you can handle.
Normally, if you needed Inspector Bob Barton to sign off on a new home or a remodeling job, you'd wait for weeks and pay a fee.
Can I come in?
Now, if you're calling about the earthquake, there's no charge, and he'll be right over.
Your most serious problem follows a line almost straight down here. That's where your girders are.
In Sherman Oaks, Julie Last is worried the tremor that emptied the bookshelves and cracked the plaster may have moved her 50-year-old house off its foundation.
There was some movement in this area, although it looks pretty stable right now.
From underneath, it doesn't look as if the earthquake has made this unsound, or at least uninhabitable.
It doesn't appear that there's any immediate problem.
Would you sleep in a house like this?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Actually, he'd be glad to. The quake has forced Barton's own family to camp out.
If you've got a situation like that at home, how come you came into work today?
Because this is my job. I mean, when you're with building safety, it's like fire, police, or anything else. You know and your family knows that you have a job to do.
Barton decides this old house needs work, but it's not about to fall.
As far as the outside of the building, which is holding the structure, main part of the structure, you look like you're in good shape.
Would you be prepared, if you had to tell somebody, get out now, you can't stay in this home?
I've done that before.
And they react by saying, I don't believe you, I bet.
Some people react that way. Some people are gone before you can leave the property. I mean, everybody reacts to an earthquake different.
Next door, Robert Keller's home is full of relatives because their house was knocked off its foundation. He's worried about his own damage. Is it serious or superficial?
I'd say you're in pretty good shape.
It's cosmetic?
It's a cosmetic factor.
Great.
The main thing I'd get right on is strapping down the water heater.
What many people are facing now isn't a crisis of chaotic loss, it's an aftershock of edginess.
Is it a waste of time when you're called out and you find that there are cracks that a homeowner might have considered serious and you decide aren't?
If they get a better night's sleep about it, then, you know, we've done something to give them peace of mind.
48 hours after the earthquake, inspectors have checked about 2,000 buildings.
Anybody that vacated a residential building, raise your hands. Keep your hands up. How many?
And there are thousands of inspections still to be done.
We expect all 125 to be back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
7 hours after the quake.
We're going to be looking at the disaster response and damages that we have.
James Lee Witt of FEMA, the agency created to handle disasters,
Thank you, everybody. We have to, we got a flight to catch. Okay.
hops a government jet for California to see what Mother Nature has handed him this time.
I expect the worst and hope for the best. When we see where we're at on the response itself, the estimated cost it's going to cost, then we'll advise the president.
FEMA is still trying to shake the image of bumbling bureaucrats it acquired after Hurricane Andrew.
I guess they're going to fly us into Berkeley.
Yes.
So Witt zips off to his first briefing as soon as he lands.
The big problems that we have are problems with the lifeline system.
Nobody holds back.
We have no dollar estimate at this point of what the damage is going to be. It is going to be a serious number.
Yeah, there's damage to both aqueducts that serve the city.
Just an incredible sum of housing units that are damaged.
In the case of some of the water and power problems of hundreds of thousands of people that right now are without service.
What exactly does FEMA do?
We provide the support for the state and locals for whatever resources they need. As director of FEMA, I'm responsible for the coordination of all the federal resources that we have available.
So whatever federal money is involved in
Whatever.
housing, transportation, anything at all
We'll
goes
be
through.
working, yes.
Have you had any even ballpark damage estimates yet?
No, it's too early.
How soon do you think you'll have that?
Ask me tomorrow night about this time, and maybe I can tell you. But it's too early. I would be scared to even.
You may be scared when you figure it out, too.
I probably will be,
Yeah.
I'm sure. There's no doubt. I really want to get a very early start so we can look at the damage and then do a very quick assessment for me.
Day 2. After 2.5 hours of sleep, it's time to brief Washington.
We're fixing to do a conference call with the Chief of Staff, Mac McClarty, at the White House.
About it, and he's anticipating that you'll be getting your facts and figures together.
But there's still no damage assessment, no guess as to the taxpayers' tab.
Properly evaluated.
Mac, as soon as we all meet later this afternoon, maybe we can give you some idea of what we're looking at, hopefully overall.
Good, thanks.
At full light, Witt gets his first real look at some of the damage. Freeways will take months to fix. FEMA's most immediate headache is housing. 3 out of 4 property owners in California have no earthquake insurance.
Frequently, a building from the outside looks fine, but you get inside and it's sustained major damage to the building, not just the contents.
People that have damaged homes that need temporary housing assistance, individual assistance at all, whatever they need, they can call to fill out their application over the phone, and it will expedite the check writing process if they will do this. James Lee Witt. Director of FEMA, James Lee Witt.
Excellent, excellent. Glad to have you here.
Call 1-800 number now for SBA loans.
Okay.
So he keeps telling people FEMA will provide help, and fast. Witt finds it hard even to discover how big the problem is.
Shirley, do y'all have the figures yet on how many homes were destroyed, how many were damaged?
No, we don't. By the end of the day, we should have a good idea.
Because it's really important that if we could by 6 tonight or something like that, we had some idea.
Mid-afternoon on day 2, between the endless meetings, the FEMA folks took a tour of the damage themselves to put a human face on all those mind-numbing statistics.
This is James Lee Witt.
How you doing,
who
James?
is
Thanks for coming
director
out.
of FEMA.
Good. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Now,
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. At least you're safe, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's in the camp.
Yeah.
Now, they all live right here, and the building is off its foundation.
James Lee Witt, director of FEMA, and this is Senator Feinstein.
I buy apartments right over here myself, and I lost everything. So that's her car sticking out. Mine's in front of her.
Unbelievable. Why don't you look up all the way down?
Do you have problems with people just not believing that you're going to do the job?
Well, we used to. You know, when I first became director of FEMA, you know, it was a very difficult time because FEMA had been criticized so severely. And I had to overcome that criticism. The agency had to overcome it. And we had to make tremendous efforts just to make sure that the response was very quick. Incredible. Did you lose everything? Did you get anything out?
When can people actually expect,
A
the checks to arrive? Yeah.
The check?
Yeah, exactly. That's what people are going to want to know.
Safe to say, 7 days, you know, in that area.
I'm sure the mandate from the White House goes something along the lines of, don't mess this up.
He's my boss. He said take care of it. I'm going to take care of it.
Witt's boss toured the area for himself today, insisting that FEMA certainly will take care of it. But how much that care will cost is still discussed only in whispers.
Angelinos were at home when the tragedy struck. You might have considered it lucky to be out of town. But imagine being hundreds, even thousands of miles away from loved ones, not knowing their fate.